Here with us now, former Secretary of State Madeleine Albright, who tell us about, it's called Changing Course. It's a report, and it actually really dovetails nicely with the president's trip to Turkey. But tell us what the focus is here.
Well, it was a very interesting group of people, of 34 Americans of various mixed backgrounds religiously, talking about the importance of a better relationship between the U.S. and the Muslim world. And it came out in September, and we gave some very strong advice to the next president, whoever that person was going to be. And it really sounds as though President Obama is exactly on track.
We have a certain philosophy. We really try to build consensus. And we look at the world as a place where virtually every point of view has legitimacy. And it's a matter of how you synergize, how you bring those viewpoints together to a higher wisdom that really drives our work. This project was an attempt to try to convene people of diverse points of view, to try to synergize those points of view to create a larger collective wisdom about how we should proceed in the future. To prevent future 9/11s and to prevent future Iraq wars, if at all possible.
This group is bipartisan and comes from across the spectrum of both religious, political, party lines, and backgrounds.
What I liked about this particular one is that you had people of diverse views who came together for a reason. The reason was to see, are there bridges? Can we build understanding? Is there a way to transform the reality? The one thing's very clear. If you get together only with people who agree with you, well, what's the point?
One thing that made this group unique was that everyone felt that they were a valued member of the group, that there was a sense of a safe space to really express one's opinions openly and honestly. We started out with just getting the facts out there so that we're not arguing about the root of the problem, where we can share an understanding of what's really driving it, and then we can focus all our energy on solving the problem.
It didn't mean there weren't debates. Again, as I said, one thing about trying to overcome differences, the one thing you can't do is try to sweep them under the rug. That's the surest way to guarantee that you perpetuate them. The hardest thing to do in trying to resolve conflicts is to be clear enough about, well, what is the essence of the problem?
We reject the notion that the differences between civilizations have to be a basis for conflict. Instead, we think that there are substantial common interests that need to be pursued, even common values across sometimes religious and cultural barriers.
I like to think of this report as the third volume. We had the 9/11 Commission report that radically transformed Homeland Security. We had the Iraq Study Group report, which was fundamentally important in helping people rethink what we were doing in Iraq. And now we have this report, which helps us think even more broadly about what we need to do differently with our partners in the Muslim world.
Because people spent time getting to know each other and to trust each other and to understand where each person came from, you began to see that there were in fact common values and common goals. That enabled people to trust each other and to think through and to think outside the box and to think sort of, about ideas that were not the standard line for their organization. It wasn't that it was new people. It was the same people in a completely different environment of how they thought about the process and how they were involved in it to get to this sort of common ground position.
Building on the successful experience at Search for Common Ground, a group of us have come together to form a new organization called Convergence. Convergence will take to scale the use of consensus building and dialogues leading to action to address issues of domestic and international importance. It is our goal to organize, catalyze, and help fund multiple projects that not only achieve great results in terms of common ground solutions to problems, but also help to shift the culture in Washington so that people use collaborative problem solving as the norm in terms of how they address the issues of the day.